Engines have fired and cars are set to roll here for the NASCAR Nationwide Series race at Phoenix, presented by Craftsman. Let's take a look at our starting grid. Denny Hamlin became the 18th different driver to win a pole in 2008, his first pole of the year. He'll be flanked by last year's champion, Carl Edwards. Now, while you watch to see where your favorite driver starts, why don't we go down and visit with our in-race reporter, the driver of the City Financial Ford, who starts 6th today, Jamie McMurray.
Jamie, Dale Jarrett, ESPN. You have a copy?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Hey, Jamie, I know in talking to you in the past that you really enjoy racing on this racetrack. My question is, do you have a favorite spot to pass cars on? And no, I'm not talking about pit road.
Well, to me, the toughest part here is turn one. You get on the brakes so hard that the cars just don't want to turn there. And if you can make your car better than the other guy in turn one, it seems like it's a lot easier to pass.
Okay, Jamie, our second question comes from our ESPN mailbag, and Josh in New Haven, Connecticut's got a really good question about later in the race. What adjustments will you make when the sun begins to set and it becomes difficult to see down in turn one?
Well, that's a really good question. You just have to, we've got our windshield taped down a little bit, and the track will probably tighten up as the rubber gets laid down. So hopefully PK and Joey and those guys can make the right adjustments and keep this thing free enough. And it sure would be nice to get another win for City Financial.
All right, Jamie, thanks for talking with us today. Have a great day. And now Andy's going to talk with your crew chief, Pierre Cattell.
Hey, PK, Andy Petrie, you got us?
Andy, how are you today?
Oh, pretty good. We see a mixture of talent down there on pit road with cup teams. Some of these cup teams down there changing tires and dedicated pit crew members for the Nationwide Series. What do you have down there? Do you have a dedicated pit crew or some hired guns?
We have a dedicated pit crew now. Actually, the 99 truck guys have been together and going to do this car, and we're going to do really well with it.
Okay, Pierre, well, you guys do good down there. That's my favorite place to pass is on pit road. Do you see any other issues today that you're going to have to fight?
No, I think it's just what Jamie said. We need to make the car work through 1 and 2, and we'll be all right.
Okay, you guys have good luck, and thanks for talking to us.
Well, we focus a lot of attention on the top 2 in this series, but there are several close battles within the top 10 in the NASCAR Nationwide Series standings. To elaborate, let's go down to Shannon Spade.
Well, Doc, only 8 points separate the 9th and the 10th place driver, Jason Leffler and Marcos Ambrose. And while both of those drivers are comfortably in the top 10, do not expect them to get complacent. Marcos Ambrose said just this week, we want to finish higher in the standings, and he has his sights set on the top 8. Mike?
The pit sign in Kyle Busch's pit, as you can see, the ace of spades. Very appropriate considering what he's accomplished this year. He's missed 5 races. Still, he's collected 10 victories and sits 7th in the standings. He's looking to break the record today, looking for an 11th win. You don't think he can do it in this car, a Braun car? Well, remember back in May in Charlotte, he went to victory lane with his team. He thinks he can do it again today, Dave.
The battle for 4th is pretty good too, Mike. David Reagan holds that position right now after a great run at Texas last week where he finished 6th. Mike Bliss didn't have such good luck. He finished 27th today and he dropped to 5th position. And David Rudiman, he finished 8th last week and he has kept himself within 116 points of that spot. Keep an eye on it. It's not over yet. Jamie?
Well, the majority of the season, Clint Bowyer has looked to be a runaway. He took over the points lead just 6 races in and hasn't looked back. But 5 of the last 7 races, Carl Edwards has outperformed him. The last 2 races, he's gained 105 points on that championship points lead. Now they are just separated by 91 points. Both drivers have won here in Phoenix one time, but it's Clint Bowyer who's chasing his first ever championship. Guys?